If you're a sucker for animated shows that push the boundaries and definitely aren't for kids, you're in the right place. Today, we're breaking down the 10 best Netflix original animated shows you need to binge ASAP. We're talking dystopias, samurai action, and some seriously dark humor. So, grab your snacks and let's dive into the animated awesomeness Netflix has to offer. Alright, kicking off at number 10, we have The Liberator. Now, this one's a bit different because it's got this super cool trioscope animation mixing live action and animation. Based on real events, it follows Felix Sparks, who led a squad of soldiers across Europe during World War II. Yes, it's historic, but make it artsy. It's got a 7.6 IMDb rating and sits at 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. If war epics are your thing, and you want something that doesn't look like the usual documentary, The Liberator is worth checking out. Coming in at number 9 is Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Imagine living in a chaotic future run by corporations, where you basically have to become a high-tech street mercenary just to survive. Welcome to Night City, which has dystopian vibes and cybernetic upgrades as a common thing. This is a must-watch. It's got a killer 8.3 on IMDb and a whopping 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. This show is not only visually insane, but also have such a killer soundtrack that will have you hooked. At number 8 is F is for Family. Imagine growing up in the 70s when dads yelled, kids played outside without a care, and political correctness didn't exist. Yep, that's F is for Family. This dark comedy, created by Bill Burr, is brutally honest and politically incorrect, and it's sitting at a solid 8 on IMDb, with an 84% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. If you like humor that doesn't pull punches, you'll be laughing your head off with this one. Sliding in at number 7 is Inside Job. Ever wonder if those wild conspiracy theories are actually true? Well, this show is here to tell you lizard people, secret government, and all that is actually totally real. It's got an IMDb rating of 7.7 and in 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. Plus, it's got that same vibe as Rick and Morty, so you know it's good. Speaking of vibes, here comes Archer at number 6. Super spy who's somehow also a complete disaster. Think James Bond if he was, like, a total train wreck. It's spy action meets the most ridiculous humor you can imagine. Archer rocks an 8.6 IMDb rating and 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. So if you're down for chaotic spy missions that go off the rails, this is a must-watch. Number 5, we have Castlevania. If you're into slaying vampires and saving the world from Dracula, this one's for you. Based on the classic video game, Trevor Belmont takes on Dracula's forces in this gorgeously animated, action-packed series. It's bloody, dark, and so satisfying. Plus, it's got a solid 8.3 on IMDb and a 94% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. The character depth will pull you in, and the fight scenes are absolutely epic. You're welcome. Number 4 is BlueEye Samurai. It's set in Edo period Japan and follows a revenge-driven half-European, half-Japanese samurai. Fluid fight scenes, jaw-dropping landscape, it's all stunning. Right now, it's sitting pretty with an 8.7 on IMDb and a fresh 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Coming in hot at number 3, we've got Bojack Horsemen. It's way more than a comedy about a washed-up horse actor. This show goes deep, tackling mental health, fame, addiction, and the whole mess of trying to be better while being the worst. Bojack is an emotional roller coaster with an 8.8 on IMDb and a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Alright, number 2, Love, Death, and Robots. This one's an anthology, so every episode is different, which means you never know what's coming. It's got everything: killer robots, alien worlds, insane animation styles. Some episodes are funny, some are trippy, and some will leave you questioning life. With an 8.4 on IMDb and a perfect 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, this show is a must-see if you're into animation that pushes every possible boundary. And here we are, number 1, Arcane. Whether or not you play League of Legends, this show is next-level amazing. It's all about two sisters, Vi and Jinx, caught in a war between rich and poor in a futuristic Twin Cities. The animation are unbelievable. The story is heartbreaking. And it's got an insane 9 on IMDb with a 100% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Arcane isn't just the best animated show on Netflix. It's one of the best shows on Netflix. Drop a comment below on which one you're adding to your list and hit that like button if this helped you avoid another endless scroll session. Make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.